You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Podcast Network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com. You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Network. Learn more at wearelibertarians.com.
Welcome to the newest edition, episode 6 of the Boss Hog of Liberty, as we've been told we have to call it. I am Jeremiah Morrell, your host. I am joined today by our co-host, Mr. Dakota Davis.
Episode 6. I'm surprised we made it this far.
We are, there's no stopping us now, Dakota.
No, we are in it to win it.
We're in it to win it.
We're taking over.
We're coming after those 200 and some episodes that We Are Libertarians, the big show, is done. And returning today with us, having a new title, is Jesse Riddle. You're a director now in the Libertarian Party of Indiana, as we hear. Congratulations, Jesse.
Have I actually formally accepted the
I
position?
saw it in the press release, so the media is reporting it, that Jesse Riddle is the technology director now for the Libertarian Party of Indiana. So we have royalty with us, Dakota.
That's incredible. I am honored to be in your presence tonight, Jesse.
You should be.
Same.
And now that other voice, that fourth voice that you hear...
Of a child.
The one and only.
Tanner Perdew.
Who got into the stuff with the Mr. Yuck stickers on it.
I can't...
What? The Mr. what?
Mr. Yuck.
What do you mean?
The poison stickers that your parents are supposed to put on the...
on the mushrooms?
On everything in your house when you're growing up?
I've got some at home if you don't know what they are.
I don't.
It was like
Yuck.
propaganda from the government in the late 80s and 90s. And the idea was that they could put this cartoon character onto
Cleaning supplies or
things
medicine.
things that could be lethal if swallowed.
Anthrax, cyanide.
Sure, anthrax, cyanide.
Oh, yeah.
Bleach.
Yeah, that.
But anyway, it's a cartoon.
Common household
And it
item.
ended up like it actually I believe it attracted more children.
Yeah, it's what messages.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
So, on the April 20th, the 420 episode of, I guess, the big show, We Are Libertarians, I was absolutely destroyed by Dakota, or not by Dakota. Dakota's over here. By Tanner.
It was unintentional.
Yeah, all right.
I'm going to call that bluff. I don't think it was unintentional.
No, it totally was, because the thing is, it happened right after the wall pool party here. And I had never seen Jer smoke a cigarette.
I have not smoked a cigarette. That is blasphemy, and you should leave now. Unacceptable statement.
Yeah, I never saw that happen.
Well,
I tried to get him to.
If you remember on the show, I said Jer smoked a cigarette, and then I said, "Oh wait, no, he didn't.
Exactly.
He did not. Do you remember that?
It's all secondhand smoke. I don't partake.
He did not inhale.
No, not at all.
But I had just never.
3
seen
minutes
him.
in, and he's already lying to us, Dakota. 3 minutes in.
Hey,
This is incredible.
They don't call me Lion Tear. They call you Lion Jer. But yeah, I had just never seen you drink a beer and have fun like that before, and you were having a blast.
I have good time.
Yeah, and that's what I told Spangle. I said that I said he's just finally he's having a good time in his life. He's just ready to have some fun. That's what I told him. Spangle said he was
I feel
worried
like this
about
is a
you.
country song.
It took him 32 years to get there, but
What is
doing
the
it.
country song about? He's ready to have some fun.
Too much fun.
Yeah,
what's that
that
mean?
going-
It's
yeah.
like too much money. There's no such thing. It's like a girl too pretty.
A car too fast.
He's over here. He's grasping
Being
the
too lucky.
microphone.
Yeah.
And singing
This
into
is
it.
country. I didn't know he's a cover band.
He has literally stood up
So,
and was singing into
I'm
the
actually
microphone.
related to
Tanner?
Joe Diffie.
Are you? No, you are
It's
not.
Tanner.
Swear.
It's Tanner
Watch.
the Tumbleweeds.
Well, I'm sorry, not Joe Diffie. I'm related to his ghostwriter. His name's Howard Perdew. He wrote "Pickup Man" and "Prop Me Up Beside
Prop
the
me up
Jukebox."
beside the jukebox if I die.
Yeah, I don't want to go to heaven. Or
I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to go tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch, I'll show you.
How about John Deere Green? Do you write John Deere Green?
I'm
Because
not
Billy
sure.
Bob loves Charlene.
What
Hey,
was it
are
called?
we gonna? Can that be played at your wedding, please?
I wasn't even invited.
Absolutely,
to this
there's
wedding.
gonna be a DJ. I mean, all you
No,
gotta
I
do is-
mean no. I don't mean DJ. I
like-
mean like during the service.
Just get touched
during the service.
During the service. That's a
don't
good
even-
love song.
I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be a DJ there. It's just all gonna be put onto a a track.
I'll just
So
hold
if
my
you can
phone up
have
and
it-
push play.
If you can burn it onto the CD track, then I think you could probably get it in there.
Sneak
What
one in
if-
there.
Can you see if you can rent it like a Touch Tunes from the bars, and just have
Oh, that would be
and then we
awesome.
can just like we get overbid to play the songs we want to.
Maybe the director of Libertarian Party of Indiana could hook us up with
Maybe.
the touch tunes.
I don't know who that is. I'm the director of technology.
Oh,
Not-
the
not
technology
just of
director.
the party. I can definitely look to see if
Look into it. Make something happen.
They probably have one at the Antelope Club.
call Brad, call Flop.
You got to get up on that mic if you're going to speak to us, Mr. Riddle. He's trying to open up a beer. Whatever.
In Jeremiah's house.
R-U-N.
Beer run. We're probably going to violate about 17. We're going to get a cease and desist from all of Capitol Records for singing all of their songs on our. What we've learned. This is the post convention wrap up. I'm swinging my arms wildly,
he's over here.
and Dakota
looking
thinks
in the corner.
I'm waving at things.
He's pointing at things, and we're looking back expecting to see posters, somebody standing there from Capitol Records.
I'm looking through my sunglasses like Stevie Wonder and just don't see anything.
So we attended the Libertarian Party of Indiana convention over the weekend. 3 of us did. Tanner.
I had to work.
What? Okay. So once again, group chat. What happens, Dakota? Tanner on Tuesday. When is convention?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was asking
Was
to try
it
to
was
get.
it Tuesday or was it Wednesday?
It was Tuesday. It was Wednesday. It was Thursday.
I wanted to know because I wanted to request work off and nobody told me. So
Well, no. The
Nobody
thing is,
told
the
him.
thing
They
is,
didn't.
Tanner,
Uh-oh,
is
here it
that
comes.
you say that no one told you,
chair versus the vice
But-
chair.
but every time you asked, we would say
We would clearly say it's exactly on these dates.
this weekend is what we would say.
It's this Friday.
This is like a back room WWE. Like
all right.
Well, you got me on that one.
I mean, if you did say that, I'm sorry, but I didn't get the message. So
All right.
it's pretty
Yeah,
ballsy of
we-
Dakota just to call it his vice
Yeah,
chair,
I
like
mean,
on the
we-
podcast.
You would do it to me constantly
Look, guys, I told you.
after having been repeatedly told.
I mean, yeah,
forgive
I
you,
would-
Tanner. I'm sorry for
You
calling
should
you
be
out.
apologizing.
Oh, he did
I
apologize.
did apologize.
I forgive you.
but
You
now-
should apologize.
It is,
Well,
it's
forgiving
revoked.
me would be like I did something wrong.
Can you guys just fucking hug it out for a minute?
Yeah.
No, we need the conflict. This is the best show we've had in at least since the 5th episode.
Only
I
because we
really
don't have
like
video.
Dakota.
If they were hugging it out, video would be way better.
This isn't. We're not YouTube.
It's theater of the
sensations.
mind.
It's-
This office is a shithole right now.
I was just
I
saying,
have papers
people,
everywhere.
People would be like, Jarrett lives in the 1990s.
It does sound like I didn't miss a damn thing.
No, okay. Well, first of all, you missed a lot.
Other than the chairs race and Spangle getting harassed by somebody.
During
You didn't. You could have watched that live.
it would.
I
a lot of
tried,
people
but
did
it
watch
was
it live.
it was recorded with a potato.
My God.
I could not hear anything
That's not
except
surprising.
that loud screech, and as soon as I heard that, I turned it off.
Well, you listened for a minute.
Yeah,
it got
that's
much
it.
better.
He got way better.
Trust me. There were
fast-forward-
comments.
Oh, sorry.
About an hour and 8 minutes in is where it got really interesting.
I tried to go up there to that mark, and I couldn't really hear it.
It was your cricket service, probably.
No.
We got to talk about my cricket service later.
Yeah. So on that
I saw you
episode,
were out of LTE.
on that episode,
I'm all
I
out of
had
fucking
L-
LTE.
I had LTE.
okay, this is a PG-18 episode. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to watch it. I'm not gonna be too difficult, but
I'm all
My-
out of stinking LTE.
yeah, there's no LTE.
How are you still?
Still out of LTE.
Why have you not been in?
I don't know. That's
I
why
was
I
at
said I
work
was about
today.
to try something earlier. Well, I was going to come in and work today, but I had other things pressing that trumped that. So
I was considering going
To
over to
LTE?
Tanner and having him figure out my cell phone, but Jesse,
I don't
know
think it's
now.
cricket.
You
related.
just hate me, don't you, Dakota? I am about to resign.
Oh, is that all it's gonna take? I can get my job back that
3 weeks in, Tanner resigns.
that Tanner forced me
Hey,
out of.
I try. I did not force you out. I said I would. I said you can have the vice chair position.
No,
He goes,
you
he
said
goes, fine, sir. Can I run
Can
for
I
vice
has-
chair?
Yes.
No, it's
at the convention
during the meeting. It's a message. I'll be vice chair. That's the message
And
we
we
get.
said,
Yeah.
all right,
man. Tag your it.
And then I said, "Oh, did you want to be vice chair?" And you said,
No.
"Oh, no,
No, I've been vice chair and I've been doing the job, but I don't want to continue.
I did brag about you guys. I said I think I stated during my multiple chances to try to win some sort of leadership at the party that we have the youngest party. I'm pretty sure
Nobody's over 35.
Especially
no one's over 35 except possibly Lion Jer.
No, I'm 33. In fact, I might be the oldest member in the Henry County Libertarian Party.
I saw
don't know how old
an
Rachel is.
article the other day.
She's a year
that said
younger than I am.
Jeremiah Morrell is actually 42.
Michael Whittle, is he still in the party?
Well,
he's not.
we have to
talking about
invoice
leadership.
him. Yeah. I mean,
He's probably not over 35 either.
no, he's not. He's under.
I guess I meant like leadership.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Brad.
Our
they're-
leadership. One of you are technically 21.
Yeah,
Both of you are.
yeah, they're both 21. They're both 21.
So yeah, I mean, I've checked IDs and everything.
Yep. I mean, I'm not drinking anything, but
Just
Look at that, he's
just a
drinking
liter of cola. So,
Yeah. Some cola
so we
over there.
attended the Libertarian Convention in Evansville, and I honestly, and this isn't any joke, it was alarming the number of people that are actually listening to this show,
Oh,
and we're
my.
very appreciative of that.
this show.
This show,
Oh yes, I'm
Congratulations.
so surprised. It was. I mean, I was literally taken aback by the amount of people that came up and talked to us.
that wanted to meet the Libertarian
People
Dakota
that-
Davis.
People that did. I had no idea who they were coming up to me and they were like, "Hey, how's your dog?" I'm like, how you know my dog? Like, oh yeah, the podcast. And I had a couple more people. They came up to me and they said, "Who's taking care of your dogs this weekend?" I'm like, "Audrey is." They said, "Oh, so we don't get to meet the illustrious Audrey Joe then, do we?"
That's as much
That's
as they did
awesome.
on her.
Yeah, well,
I-
that's as much for the podcast.
Okay,
With-
it's PGA. You can't really get into details.
With all the people that come up to you guys and say that sort of thing, especially since this is just episode 6, previously you were probably on episode 5.
We did, yeah, we did.
Condition
We've been
correct.
counting up.
See,
After episode 10, we're going to count back down because we're big fans of the space program.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and
Well-
then we'll be off.
Well, I bet since you guys just started, was my point, was you guys were only 5 episodes in at the time. I bet it's really satisfying to have so many people come up and compliment your podcast.
We're the new shiny object
Did
right
you
now.
get compliments or did they just come up to you?
No, they just came up to me. I didn't get a single compliment.
There we go. Because there's a
Let
difference
the
there.
record show there were no
Tons of
actual
people came
compliments.
up to me during the convention. Nobody complimented me.
Okay, well that's a good point. I guess we will say we've had a number of listeners contact us
There we go.
and note that the show is marginally funny. We are international. A friend of mine, Bones Hardcore, down in Rushville, he contacted me and said, "Hey, you can let everybody know you're an international show now because I went to the Bahamas and listened to episode 4 on the beach."
Oh, wow.
So-
Congratulations.
The
Milestone.
qualifications for international mean
I think that means we have international listeners. People have listened to us outside of the nation.
well. That's why I didn't know if that. I don't.
We
Do they have to be
what
residents?
Nielsen means.
no,
Nielsen,
we are.
whatever.
Well, I don't think Nielsen reviews podcasts.
They didn't approach you guys at the convention. You guys are hot.
I'm telling you what, if this keeps up, there's a good chance that people are going to ask Dakota to come speak at other libertarian conventions
I'm available
as an
I'll-
entertainer.
I'll come speak. I offered Tad Western to manage his gubernatorial
So
campaign.
Tad is talking like he might want to run for governor of Indiana in 2020,
He would win.
and I told Tad that I would be available for a $25,000 fee up front and $6,000 a month. That was my fee to manage his campaign, and immediately
I offered
Dakota comes in.
I offered a $20,000 flat rate.
Cuts
no
his throat.
$6,000 a month. Just come in
Just 20 grand.
Boom, he'll win.
What are the metrics you guys are gonna? Because I'll come in at like $5,000.
Yeah, I'll do it for $250.
Well, see, but the thing
Tanner would
is
do
that
it
you
for
you actually have to win.
You only get paid for that.
I
if
am
you win?
guaranteeing Tad Western to win in his gubernatorial race.
What's the over-under on that?
It's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee.
Oh, it's a
like
guarantee.
it's 100%.
He's guaranteeing it. It's going to happen.
Do you have ties to Hillary Clinton?
I have ties to a lot of people.
Apparently, you have ties to countries
Oh yeah, I
Ghost
mean
Riders.
we've already today or before. You people, when you show up here, you can't. You're under a gag order until you get in this room because
Kinky.
Gold came in immediately. We're fixing drinks for those of us that are able to drink.
Sharing some Chinese food. And I get Tanner comes in and he's like, "Hey man, you want some limes? I grow limes." It's like, we are in Indiana. You don't grow limes.
I've got a green thumb.
I knew you grew stuff, but I was not sure that citrus was on the list of things you were capable of.
In your skill set, there we go.
Yeah. So and you're like, so you're like, no, I'll call my mom right now. We grow them at my grandma's house. She's got a window, and I grow limes in it.
Did you almost say the S
That's
word?
a fact.
It was close.
Well,
mention
well, what happened was whenever I was about 5 or 6 years old, we
Which one is it? We need the right answer. It's important.
let's see, it was 05, so I would have been
It doesn't.
9 years old actually.
Let's say in
I
05,
was 6.
If you had said I'm 6 years old in 05, I would have just walked out of here.
Actually, I remember the first time we went. I was 7. And
Hey, let me give you some life advice right now.
go ahead.
Don't ever let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Oh, of course not.
Okay.
But I was 7 years old, and we were driving down to Florida, and we stopped somewhere in Georgia, and it was one of
Down
those,
at the Florida-Georgia line.
Yeah.
Where they got a tree that wasn't of peach.
Well, what happened? They were selling pecans and shit, and and I just figured that. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to curse.
Hey, Jared, don't let cussing get in the way of a good story.
So
Please continue.
they were selling these trees. You could buy palm trees, lemon trees, orange trees, whatever you want. And they had them in boxes, probably about a foot tall, and they were just little, basically a clone is what they were. And I bought this tree. It was supposed to be an orange tree. And I grew it for 2 or 3 years, and nothing happened. It was the exact same size. It didn't bud.
How tall is this tree?
I actually just saw it yesterday.
No, at the time, like when you bought it.
At the time, it was probably about 7 inches tall.
Okay. Well, it's hard for a 7-inch tall tree to produce fruit, but all right.
Well, I'm talking 3 years down the road. It still had not produced anything.
I thought you were gonna say 7 feet.
No,
you said inches.
They were in
It was
little
hilarious.
boxes. They were in little boxes.
All right.
At the most, it was a foot
He
tall.
goes, it's a 7-inch tree. It's not budding or anything.
No, I was saying it was 7 inches when I bought it. 3 years later, it still had not
Still the
budded.
same.
So I thought it was a dud.
Yeah.
So I changed the soil.
Or you've been using it in Indiana.
Well, just wait. So, yeah, about 3 years later, nothing's happening. So I'm starting to get worried, thinking it's going to be a dud.
Yeah.
So-
1,000 days in, I'm starting to give up on your citrus plant too.
Right.
20 minutes in,
So,
I'm about to give up on the story.
so I kept going and watering it, and the next year, I sure enough got a bud. And a bud turned into 2,
And this is-
turned into 3.
This
Was
is
it
an
nice, bud?
orange tree that you purchased.
Yes, it was an orange tree, and it started growing, and a couple of them fell off. And
How tall was it when they started falling off the tree?
It's just in a pot in the house,
Yeah,
right?
yes, correct.
Okay.
It wasn't very tall, but
I'm about to buy one of these.
well, long story
It's a
short,
lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
it grew 3 lemons in the first yield. Which,
Your orange tree grew 3 lemons on the
yes,
first
my
time.
orange tree grew 3 lemons. True story.
Did you
And
use them? Were they taste?
They were
lemony.
delicious. They were delicious. And then the next year rolls around, and I'm thinking, all right, lemons.
Right. How old are you at this time when your
let's see.
your orange tree started producing lemons?
This would have been 2009.
All right.
Or no, excuse me, 2012. It was 2012.
Obama. It was an Obama miracle.
It was the,
Yeah,
it was the Ron
it-
Paul
I
last run.
I had hope, and there was changes to my tree, and
Very nice.
It self-identified as a lemon tree that year.
yeah, and then it kind of went non-binary for about 6 months, and then the next year, I'm ready to make some lemon shake-ups.
Are you pollinating this thing? Are you bringing in other
Some
strange
bees?
fruits and
No,
bees and things?
no,
or
it's
just,
all
Really?
by itself.
it's self-pollinating.
Self-pollinating.
It's asexual.
So the next
We are learning a lot already.
the next year, I'm ready to make some lemon shake-ups, and I've got about 6 or 7 lemons on my orange tree, and I'm waiting. I'm rubbing my hands together like that capitalism guy you see, and they
Wait, who was that?
They just weren't turning. You know who I'm talking
No,
about?
who's the capitalism guy we're talking
The evil capitalist with the big nose and the beard, and he's like,
Oh, okay.
Scrooge
No.
McDuck. I think it's Scrooge
Yeah,
McDuck.
it's Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Scrooge McDuck, but that's fine. Continue.
It's definitely Scrooge McDuck.
Well, anyway, I'm waiting to make lemon shake-ups.
I'm a
and
DuckTales kid growing up. It's
They're
Scrooge
green.
McDuck.
They look just like lemons, except they were green. And I was waiting for them to turn. And I waited 4 weeks for them to turn, and they didn't.
They molded on you.
They did not.
Your
mold.
lemons molded.
They did
Surely
not
they went
mold.
bad.
Your brother colored them with a green Sharpie.
No. I ripped this lemon off the tree, just one. Sliced it, and it was a lime.
Son of a bitch. How did that happen?
That's
That
what I'm
is
wondering. So
incredible.
ever since then, it has been growing limes.
So your orange tree grew lemons one year,
Grew lemons one year.
and ever since
Ever
then,
since it's been growing limes.
are they
Are
key
they-
limes? What
Are they-
kind of
yeah.
limes are they?
Limes or key limes or
They're key limes.
kumquats?
Key limes.
Yes.
The little key limes.
They're about that big.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's just
Well,
a
that's
regular.
good.
That's
That's
a
good
regular
for
lime.
yeah. Those yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, sweet.
Key limes are like
The little ones you
little
make a pie
like
with.
meatballs almost.
Oh no! I mean, I just figured.
don't
Little
know.
green sour meatballs. That's
Yeah,
that's
they're
what
not-
key
they're not
limes
big.
are.
Yeah, it grew limes, and ever since then it's grown limes. And I actually had a harvest this year and had about 6 or 7 of them, and they were delicious. They're delicious every year.
They're delicious.
So if you need limes, hit me up next
Well, yeah.
year.
Let's.
and I'll
Let,
have
how
them
do you-
on deck.
why don't you go
How-
ahead and get us some limes? Let's go. Can you make a
I
call?
think this is a good fundraising project.
What do you
Jared.
mean?
Well, you can
We
you
could-
call your mom and get some limes over here?
I mean, I don't. There's not any on the tree right now.
We called her mom.
But we did call her.
He should have waited in the podcast.
Would my mom lie to us?
I don't think
She
so.
would
I
not.
think
Your
she
mom.
sounded like a woman of character.
Would
She
she lie to
is.
you? Would she lie to you?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
would lie to me.
Okay,
but,
so
but not you.
she
guys.
didn't know she was on speakerphone at first, so she could have just been lying.
Why would she lie to me when I know I have limes?
Well, you're telling me that you don't have limes, and then you said you do.
I don't have limes on deck, but
When
I
is-
do have the lime tree.
When is lime season?
They normally come around at about March or April.
So
They really
so
do, I
the
swear
longest
to God.
possible amount of time we have to wait.
So, do limes come to like? Sorry. Do
Turn your
limes-
microphone a little bit,
No,
Jesse.
I'm talking directly into it.
Rotate. I don't know. You sound all hollow
No,
now.
it sounds like. Okay. Anyway, do limes come on in March or April or May, in the climates in which they are supposed to grow?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not a lime guy.
Yeah.
This is like
I'm not
bathtub
really
gin.
sure.
Gin. I have no idea how he's making this work, but I
This is
I
why
believe him.
We need
Oh,
like, the
yeah, I
type
believe
thing
you.
where we
I
can
have
look things up.
As a matter of fact, I have a picture of
Hey.
of a lemon that I.
I was like,
grew.
why,
Tanner, how do
hey,
you eat the limes? You keep saying they're delicious. I want to know how you eat them.
I make them in a pie.
You make
You
pie.
put them in a pie.
Key lime
Well,
pie.
I don't make them, but my mom makes them.
So
Do
it's
you
like a
think?
key lime pie.
Do you think your mother?
would make us a pie?
No, I'm just wondering if
I
maybe
picked
she.
the
This is
limes
like Santa
myself.
Claus, where she's like, "We're gonna take his limes,
Oh, God.
and I'm gonna turn them into a pie," and then she throws them away and goes to Walmart and buys some real limes.
But I have,
And you've been growing kumquats all this time.
But I have taken one of the limes before and
Eating it raw.
put it in a drink. I actually did eat one raw once, and it was gross. It was so sour.
So
Well,
they're
that
not-
sounds like
they're
a
not
lime.
delicious.
Limes are pretty
But
good.
I've squeezed it into tequila
For your mother?
for my mom.
Yeah, and she tells you it's excellent.
And she says
said
it's a
it was-
delicious
she said
drink.
It was spectacular.
All
Good
right.
deal.
So we I'll tell you what, we did some show prep, and the Citrus Talk was not on the show prep, but that was worth it.
No, it's not on the sheet.
I don't. Yeah.
Um,
What was? I wasn't here for show prep. I
Me
was.
neither.
you're the guest. The co-hosts are handling the show prep. You're simply here to you're here to be the good-looking one.
Me
All
or
for input.
me or DD.
Well, actually, it's the lead-in to the casino story.
Yeah. Jeremiah is the good-looking one. It was established this weekend.
When we started going on the boat, So in Indiana, if you go on to a casino, at least at one point, all of the casinos were on riverboats or on lakes.
That's only the
They weren't-
casinos that have full nudes, though.
That's not tied in together. The one, not full nudes. I think the sin you're looking for is actual dealers at the casino,
That's a limit.
not the
That
nudes.
was the first year.
This is the first.
that was my first-
Evidence.
have-
I feel like we're UFO hunters of the line from
Oh
the first.
my gosh,
That is a beautiful lemon.
Thank you.
Oops, I
That's
swear.
beautiful.
That is giant. It looks just like the one I would go down to Walmart and purchase.
Hey, I picked that myself. I swear to God. You guys think I'm lying to
Lion Terry.
Lion Tear.
Is it,
No,
is it
I-
Terry
I-
or Terry?
Lion Terry.
I'm Tanner, but it's Lion Tear. Because there's Lion Jer and Lion Tear. Except I don't lie, so I'm truthful Tanner.
That doesn't really work that way.
Truthful Tanner. Except when it comes to
Tanner.
citrus,
I'm a citrus
It's a
guru.
scam.
he's doing whatever.
I mean, I promise I did pick that lemon, or I wouldn't have uploaded it in 2012.
True story. What is the? Did you put a comment when you posted?
Actually, let me see.
Yeah,
I'm
we should-
sure I did.
We need more.
I accidentally just deleted the whole thing.
It says, did you really?
Look,
How am I going to delete it?
It says you can't grow it says you can't grow lemons in Indiana. Hello, my name is Dr. Green Thumb.
Yep.
All right.
So, I think I'm gonna buy a citrus tree. Can we buy them right now?
We could have them shipped, or I could give you seeds from mine.
Yes. Let's
Actually, we need that because it's growing well here.
I was going to say it's the magic, but we have to wait a year to get any fruit.
But that's fine. though. We'll just we'll put it through incubation and stuff, and then we'll
We'll graft it.
Or you could
graft
use
it. And
hydroponics.
Actually, we
Yeah,
should
we
probably
need to
hit up
use
Perdew and
hydroponics.
just be like, look, by the way, we've got some citrus growing here, guys, and we'll have a major operation.
I will let my
How do I
friends-
tell what date I uploaded?
Oh,
Open the
this?
markets up.
It may be a difficult thing to do on mobile. What I would suggest you do is
How
you
do
go
I
visit the
tell
Cricket Wireless store and talk to
what-
the experts down there,
what-
and they'll explain to you how to
What
look it
date
up.
I uploaded
Yeah, we've been
this.
down there. There's some
Top notch staff down
some
there.
decent guys. Yeah.
Let's double these things.
Okay, so
So we're getting on the boat at the casino at the convention on the first night, and they of course they're looking at ID because I look very young for my age, and Dakota looks old for his age, but his age is 21, so he gets hit up for ID as well
all the time.
every time. I'm sure, constantly, right?
Yeah, it's a constant.
I saw them ID someone who was 80-something years old.
The first time on, yeah, they
Damn.
pretty much like ID everybody going on.
They get everybody.
But then they're like, "Oh," I said, "Are they going to make you do this every time?" "Oh no, I'll remember you." I said, "Okay, well, I'm the good-looking one." And we went on and off that boat probably 6 times over the next 2 days. And
Which says something about us, but yeah.
yeah, we had to go back for more money that was in the hotel.
Oh, I'm a gambling addict. That's another reason I couldn't go, is because I couldn't gamble, so I would have just been sitting in the hotel room while everyone else had fun.
Where have you gambled?
I gamble
He has a tournament in his basement.
every
Dad's
Friday.
basement.
We play Hold'em in my basement, and I bet on sports online.
All right.
I actually just won $20 last night on the Warriors.
There we go.
You know, I'm a total gambling
Tanner
addict.
Perdew.
He's going to quit
He's
cricket.
got the future worked out,
From
man.
cricket
Yeah.
to gambler.
Yeah.
The story of truthful Tanner.
So we went to the casino at down at Tropicana in Evansville.
Sorry about that.
You're all right. And our little posse was Jesse, myself, James' niece was down there on Friday night.
Lord.
Who else was with us
Lord-
that first
the
time?
Lord
My
wasn't
parents
with us that
parents
day.
were running around with us a little
Oh,
while.
Yep, and I don't think Rex was there the first time.
No, Rex didn't go out with us until Saturday night. You've never lived until you've gone to the casino with Rex Bell.
Oh,
Did
I
he actually
bet.
go?
Oh, it was incredible.
Rex plays
Oh,
blackjack.
Yeah. I was there with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, we go down and for being there, they give you $5 casino cash
You're
on your
just
little
turning
card.
buttons. You don't even know what
I'm
they're
trying.
doing.
I feel hollow, so I'm just playing with stuff.
He's trying to turn me down, and he's hitting.
No,
the
I'm not
equal-
affecting you at all. You're this column over here. You're column 3.
You're trying to turn someone down, and you're hitting the equalizer.
Jesse, you're causing a huge distraction.
You're not
we
helping
have
us
a
tell the
strict
story.
time limit that we have to stick to.
Yeah, we're halfway through the show and we've done nothing. Done nothing at all.
Continue.
We learned at the conventions that our listeners expect a certain level of quality from Boss Hog of Liberty,
Right.
and so far we have not delivered.
We've delivered twice,
Maybe twice.
40% of that, which is good in baseball.
Which, I mean, one of those times
That'll
was when
put you in
were
the Hall
here
of
for your
Fame in
interview,
baseball.
So.
If you're,
I'm sorry, I don't live up to expectations.
if you're batting 400, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's
we're
Hall
pretty
of
good.
Fame.
This show really is going to make or break it. This is halfway. So we're either batting 500
yeah.
or Mr. Double D over there in the math team. What would we be if this one sucks and we're now 2 for 5?
You should probably
40.
probably go Marvel and just open it up and just
Be 2 for 6.
not be rated PG-13 because really it's not working for Marvel. It's playing out.
It's PG-18 is what we are. Although I think in the iTunes store there's an E for explicit because Spangle just expects you to screw up, and we're gonna go, So I think we're legally rated at E. But my mother listens, and Rex and Susan Bell listen, and hell, your grandmother.
Hi, Rex.
My
and Sue.
grandmother
You could listen.
can't listen actually.
Mine either, but Dakota's probably could.
Yeah, she could.
Yeah.
Mine would listen and not be able to remember. That's the thing.
Mine would. My parents would listen.
This is taking us down on a dark.
Yeah.
road.
Funeral chat here. So we go to the casino, and we've discovered that Dakota is not a good gambler. You apparently
not at all.
value your money too much. How much money did you put in the first time? Slot machines. When you got started, what was your first outlay?
I lost $40 the first night.
Oh Lord.
But that was
the
also-
first night. I think you meant the first spin.
No, he lost money really fast. Like you were.
Oh, like it just, and I wouldn't hit anything. It's not like I would hit and then just keep on gambling,
Right.
and then lose it. It
was
was
just
immediate.
nothing.
I would
Nothing.
never hit
Nothing.
anything, and my
And
money was
it
just
was over.
gone.
Did they have live dealers?
They did.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't. And next year they won't have it at a casino. Probably.
Of course they will. No, they will. You're fine. They're actually building. So that's the story I was telling earlier. They have a boat now, and when they started building the casinos in Indiana, they had to have everything on a boat if you're going to have real dealers.
Right.
And later on, they added the horse tracks, which then they call them racinos, and they don't have live dealers. But on the riverboats, they actually do have live dealers. As the rules have relaxed and time's gone on, they're actually building a new casino land-based over there. So you won't
Okay.
have to go on the boat.
Oh, really?
It'll be between the two hotels next to the conference center.
Oh, cool.
So, eventually you'll just have a straight-up casino building over there, and you won't have to go on the riverboat.
Have they announced the location for the 2018 convention yet?
It'll be in Indianapolis somewhere, but they don't know.
Yeah.
they
At a
don't know the
casino?
location.
Even
I
years.
doubt
that are
it's at a
always in
casino.
Indianapolis.
There's a chance. Rick Irvine was appointed as the convention chairperson by the State Central Committee last weekend.
I've been in communication with Rick, and
You gonna?
He's got some good
You
stuff.
gonna put it at a casino?
Ask him for a casino, please.
I don't think that there are any
When you
casinos with hotels in Indianapolis.
Shelbyville's probably the closest one. So anyway, we go down there and we play a little bit, and Dakota's just suffering, losing every which way, and we play with James Neese. James puts in his $5 free casino cash. I think we've losing Tanner.
I'll be right back.
He'll be right back.
He has to get another Pepsi.
Pepsi, Coke. It depends upon. We're open to sponsors.
Oh wait, it's Mountain Dew. It's a green can.
Yeah, that's lemon lime is what that one is. So
Sprite.
Fresh squeeze.
So Nice shows up, and he instantaneously puts his $5 in and makes $50 off the machine sitting right next to us.
It was incredible. I was sitting right next to him, and he tapped me on the leg and was like, "Hey, bro, check this out." And I just looked over, and it just kept rolling. And it was like, what have you
Snapchat.
done? Yeah.
It was huge.
It-
Huge money instantaneously.
Are these on the penny slots? Or
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it's
penny
a
slots.
penny slots.
But it was like $50. I mean, he turned $5 in. It was just huge.
Maybe he should be our fundraising.
He should.
Director of fundraising for the
Well,
APIN.
Jeremiah and myself, we leave at what time was it?
11:30.
11:30. Yeah, it was modest. We had to get up. A big day for the business meeting and everything on Saturday. And so we turn in at 11:30, but we keep getting pictures from James Neese all throughout the night, both of us.
In the group chat, and I won $50. I won $70. It was just ridiculous the money he was winning.
By the end of the night, he's up $975.
Yeah.
$975.
What's the possibility he brought 1,000 cash?
No, I literally, he took a screenshot, like video, like a picture of the machine paying out the money to him. It was legit.
Well, I'm saying
Yeah.
you could put 900 in.
No, it was not. This is how many credits I have. It's you won this
Yeah.
return
The
back.
winning credits.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, Snopes old James Neese.
No, it was legit. I have no doubt about it. He was on a roll, And then he got tired. He got tired of waiting around there all alone, grumpy with us. Yep. Nobody would go out with him. We were lame. So he decides, well, he's up $1,000. I'm going to drive to Louisville.
Well, he'd been trying to get us to go to Louisville the whole night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had.
Which is not next door. It's not like Evansville and Louisville are next to each other.
Right.
No. You coming down, a lot of people took different routes. Dakota, you came down 65 and went to Louisville and came across.
To Louisville and came across.
It's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like halfway.
Every bit of it.
Was it 2 hours?
It's about an hour and 45 minutes. Wow. But there's construction going on right there, so the whole entire time it is one lane. So if you get stuck behind a semi, you're screwed. It was a drive.
So Nice goes to a gentleman's club, loses half of his new $1,000, loses the other half on scratch-off tickets along the way, and wakes up penniless in a Walmart parking lot in Louisville. Never comes back to the convention.
He said he was going to be there Sunday, did he not?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'll be back Sunday for the SEC meeting. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Once somebody leave town, they're not coming back.
I mean, really, he's doing it. He comes for social night and leaves. That's really the best way to
That's
do
pretty
it.
much that's kind of his thing each time.
He did that in Lafayette as well.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing him at all in Indy.
Did he buy a package?
Oh, I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Okay, good.
You're supposed to buy a package for that Friday night, though. That was a ticketed event. Well, Jesse's debate was big time. You had to. You needed to have a ticket for that.
I would have.
It ended up being live streamed, so it's not.
James would have been my +1.
He's your soulmate, your LP soulmate.
I'll just be like, James is my +1. We'll bring him in.
So yeah, that was the James Neese story. It was memorable.
That would probably get covered in more detail by James Neese.
I would say that on the We Are Libertarians, you can look forward to more and see if they let James in there. So we did go down for some real business, Jesse had about an hour and a half debate with Tim McGuire, who you heard on episode 5, and went through the process. Jesse, what'd you think of how it works to run for office in the LP? You're not running for a national office or a state office. You're doing the internal party politics thing.
Running for state office I think it was more fun than running as a candidate for a county office. And by the county office, I mean like a commissioner / county councilman.
Right.
But wow, you smell like cigarettes, sir.
I did take a break.
But it was fun. Again, Tim and I are like not enemies, so I don't know how else to talk about my race for chair. I mean, most of it was sporadic, and then right at the waking hour,
you released your master plan, and it was out there. It was out there for the people to review
for about 3 minutes before I went on. So I expected everyone to have read it.
You speed readers
I actually
out there.
did read quite a bit of it.
Did you see how many grammatical errors were there? Because it was awful.
I wasn't paying attention. I was just trying to skim through because you were literally about to walk up on the stage.
Yeah, so I got it out there. Jeremiah helped me kind of throw it together. Apparently, he did not play Clippy for me and like do word spell check or whatever.
I am not your post-it note.
Did you write it on Google Docs?
You did.
I did.
Okay, that's why the grammatical errors are there.
I edited it as you, by the way, because the last time I used Google Docs
remember that's
was on my laptop.
We knew you were
so yeah, this creepy thing happened where I'm sitting there on my laptop, and apparently Dakota and Sarah and Jesse and I had worked on a document together here in this podcast studio.
Membership deduping.
Some membership work. And so Gmail has just been sitting there on that laptop. So it logs back in as Dakota, and then I open up Google Maps trying to look something. I don't remember what I was looking up. I was trying to find where my parents were because they were on the ride down too. And there's this blue dot somewhere on I-65, and it's Dakota's
and it's
location. And I keep going back to it. I'm like, oh my God, it's tracking him.
What's funny is you should have just kept it on watching it so we could have went out and met him. Been waiting.
Well, he rolled in Greg Lenz fashion because he's Greg's boy. Right. On Saturday night, you rolled in literally 4 minutes before the debate started. Is that right? You sat down at the table as we were starting.
I hadn't eaten yet. I literally parked my car and walked in. I didn't stop on the way down there because I wanted to get there before the debate started. And there's chicken wings and pizza and all this stuff in the back of the room, and Jeremiah is sitting at the front, the only person that I know in the entire building. So I sit next to him.
I was there.
You had a pretty nice
was hard to
spot.
sit.
I saw you on the live feed.
It was hard to
I did
sit
have
by
a pretty
Jesse.
spot.
It was hard to sit by me, but you totally could have.
I could have, but all the smells, like, it was so hard to
libertarians smell
focus
terrible.
on what you guys were saying. I was just like,
So
food.
here's a pro tip.
and then someone started yelling about Chris Spangle.
So what happened with that?
Oh.
Like, I still have not got to hear that.
Well, you'll have to watch. I don't want to. I'm not the guy that's going to throw stones at individuals, but there was one questioner in the audience that actually we're going to blame Jesse and Tim for all of this. Actually,
Okay,
let's
he
start there.
says questioner.
you should.
Let's
The
say
questioner
ranter.
Was
See,
different.
I
You
heard
guys-
open questions to the floor.
Well, they weren't supposed to. See, what happened was they agreed to a format, and Jesse and Tim were so darn efficient at answering questions that they're like, well, we have an extra half an hour, so I guess we're going to take questions from the floor. So they took some questions from the audience, and there was one questioner who had some frustrations over a number of different things, and ultimately she got into some comments about former executive directors, and poor Spangle, who's sitting at home, there's stuff talked about him that was 5 years in the past, and everybody's just like, it was kind of out of left field.
And Spangle is a class act. He really is.
Well.
Spangle is a good guy. And from what I've heard, he was. I've only been in the party since 2014. I joined when I was 17.
Who was the highest donor at that point in time? Who was the highest donor?
I don't think that that's a public number. Like, I don't think we just know who the highest donor is.
No, that was just a joke.
I mean, Jesse could say that he's the highest donor right now, and I don't know that anybody could tell him otherwise.
I can tell you I'm not.
But he could say he is.
I'm a director of technology. There's no pay, so
You donate your time, in-kind contributions.
in-kind contributions.
But at the very least, Spangle, in my opinion, does not deserve to be harassed publicly by somebody, especially considering what he's done for the party and how much he has contributed to the party at the state level and the outreach that he has, because I'm sure that his podcast, it reaches, 5,000 people per episode?
Yeah, 5,000 or more. I mean, honestly, he's done a really good job of reaching people in a lot of the counties that affiliated at this convention were because of Wall and the work that they've done. So,
Right.
Everybody might not agree with the approach that Wall has, but I'm pretty proud of this network and the reach we have and the listeners we have and the attention everybody plays. Well, we've got to get back on track here because they're or Dakota and Jesse are playing. They're playing football with beer cap lids over here, and
I was just
wide left over here from Jesse, and
It was a pretty
Dakota's
wide
got an injury.
Yeah.
The whole thing about it was that bringing up Chris Spangle had nothing to do
With the chairs race at the time.
Exactly.
and it was totally uncalled for. It was a bad situation all around. Everybody in that room felt incredibly awkward.
I didn't.
I would have had to have said something had I been there, and I know I can't say anything because I wasn't there, but were the comments super offensive?
Basically, what it was is they compared Spangle to another person that had that position. It was just like there was a famous singer talking about how it was like a Grammy moment or whatever. Where I wish I could remember.
Kanye and
yes.
Swift.
Yeah,
Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah,
Okay.
it was basically the same kind of thing. That so and so was so much better than Spangle. That was the same kind of deal. It was that moment.
That's unreal. That has nothing to do with the chair race at all.
And it's people that had worked there 5 years or 10 years ago. So yeah, it was.
It's probably going to be me and Jared in like 10 years. Do you guys remember how awesome Tim was and Jesse back in our day? You guys need to get back to your roots. It'll be the same thing. If not, I'll make sure it happens.
Yeah. Remember how good the tech was when I was in charge?
Remember Facebook?
We ran everything through Facebook, and we were good.
Yeah.
Wait, was it a former ED that made the comment?
No.
Okay.
No.
ED
it was
is
not.
probably not the best.
Executive director.
Yeah, the best acronym for that.
No.
Was this someone else with ED that made that comment?
You know, we do have a lot of old men in the party.
We do.
We have some young men as well. And young women.
Sure, there's
And
tons
old
of,
women.
Sure, there's tons of autistic people in the party too.
We have.
Oh, that's a guaranteed.
We have a very
What
eclectic
what did
party.
you think? So just general overview, Dakota, of your experience at the convention. I mean, was it the kind of people you expected to meet? Were you?
Oh,
were you
absolutely. Honestly, everything was exactly how I imagined it would be. Like, it was just.
Will you be returning?
Oh, absolutely.
What was your favorite part?
the bylaws?
Oh, I love the Bible.
I think that
This is good because Rick Irvine is.
He's a listener. Rick absolutely listens to these.
So we need feedback from the membership. I've been
Well,
pushing
you know,
that he needs to get questionnaires out.
yeah, there was a lot of things that I enjoyed about it. The bylaws definitely not. I stepped out, went up to my room, and took my tie and jacket off for a break.
So Dakota sits next to me at the convention, and he's got a seat next to me, and I swear to God, he was in his seat like 20% of the time. I must
don't
have
do
smelled
well
bad.
Just sitting there and listening to people talk.
You're a lineman for a living, or not really a lineman, but
Not really, but I mean, my entire adult life I've been doing construction.
it started like 2 years ago. By the way,
Wait,
3.
Well, I'm talking libertarian adult life, like 14.
He was running the floor at the sheet metal factory in the 6th grade.
right?
So just sitting down and sitting still and listening to people talk does not do well with me. I have
Gotcha.
to be stimulated because I'm at that level at this point in my life.
Did you go to the club next door for stimulation?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay, that's probably good. You're getting married soon.
I did get permission to go next door in the group chat.
Yeah.
What we do to pass the time
Okay,
when you have
he
an
says
8-hour
that
business
he got
meeting.
permission. She says,
She said
I'll watch out for him. Don't worry.
And she's told me I have a lot of rope, which means I think I can do what I want. I have a permit.
That's awesome.
See,
Stick with
the
her.
line is, she played that card very well to where, okay,
He's so frustrated right now.
It was a trap.
He goes,
it's a test, Jeremiah.
Exactly. It was
Jeremiah,
just
you
telling
don't know what
it
you're
was
getting
a
into.
trap.
She's telling you, okay, yeah, but then you say, you wouldn't tell her, right? You wouldn't be like, hey, Sarah, we just got back from the strip club.
Oh yeah, if I had gone, I would have totally told her. I don't care.
And then she would have been angry.
Yeah,
She would have noted it. And I would have gotten a demerit. She's a school teacher.
It was a trap.
You would have had
he
to
would
pull
have
a
he would
card.
he would have had to pull a card.
My citizenship grade would have gone down a point.
Jared doesn't know about pulling cards.
I really do wish I would have gotten
See,
to go to this convention.
And see, after, how long have you guys been together? A year?
Yeah, a year next month.
A year next month. Okay.
Congratulations.
See, so at a year, she says you have a lot of rope. At 4.5, you text her at 1:30 and say, Jesse wants to go to the strip club, and I think we're going to go. She just says, all right.
I'm just saying that none of that happened. You guys were very slow at moving, and I was like, I'm just gonna go home, and I did.
Yeah.
Hey, Nathaniel Peavy wants to join the party.
Let's go.
Your brother-in-law.
All right.
Or
No,
cousin-in-law?
he'd be my cousin-in-law.
And also
Cousin-in-law.
somebody else that I've really been working on outreach lately. I have 2 or 3 members that want to join the party.
You should ask to be part of the exec outreach director.
I think we need to see you prove something before you get these people.
Well,
to be
we
members.
point other people without really telling people, so you can go ahead and be the executive outreach director. I don't
I'm
have that.
confused.
Outreach director
Of what? Of the Henry County
of the county party.
of the county party.
Of the county party.
I just felt like it was kind of my duty as vice chair to kind of get more people in the party.
It's true. Absolutely. Yeah. Sign
It
people
is.
up. LP.org. They'll get the newsletter and they'll be on the
Yeah.
membership list and
Or
help us get delegates.
LPIN.org.
Well, let's get them on the LP.org so that they
Yeah,
get the national
Tanner, we've
newsletter for
also
$25 a year.
We've also got a future guest that's going to be coming in. He's a new member.
Who's that?
Well, we'll save it for the podcast. It's
Is this not
it's
the
a surprise.
This
Well,
isn't the
for
podcast.
for whenever he's on. We'll
Is this
introduce him
not
at
the
that time.
podcast?
This isn't the podcast. This is just I'm just wearing this stupid headset,
You mean,
and we're talking
you
in
mean
circles.
The podcast they're on, I was confused.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
confused
he'll
too.
be on. He wants to run for office.
Okay. Oh, really?
So-
Awesome.
What office?
He said he doesn't know yet. He has to talk to his wife.
I think I'm gonna finally run for office in 2018.
In 2018,
Yes.
well, we'll
What are
see.
you gonna run for?
I'm not sure yet. Whatever
You have to talk. to your
whatever
wife
Jeremiah allows me to run for, I guess. Since we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, technically, I think you only have to get approval from Dakota.
That's what I was thinking.
I
but
believe we have to
could be
vote at the
wrong.
convention, and there will be speeches.
There will be,
And we'll see.
voting will occur. We've never really had a contested race for candidacy. So
I can't wait to have Tanner decide. He stabbed me in the back.
I
He
did
took
not.
my position away as vice chairman.
I
So
told
it-
you. I told you. I said if you want it, this is your position.
I do have to go
you
back.
Put him
Did
in
I
that
not?
spot in front of
Yeah,
the
in
whole
front of the
group
crowd.
people.
Well, why
it was well played, really.
Why did he not
Yeah,
tell
it
me
was
that?
wonderful
Why
to
did
play.
he
You're putting
not-
me in a spot now where in 2018 I have to stand up and get Nick Sarwark's notice speech out and give it against you for stabbing people in the back.
Oh wow!
That's maybe the way this goes down.
I did not stab you in the back.
So what your job now at
Why-
this point,
why
if
did-
you're playing tactician, is to go out and recruit about 100 people to join the Libertarian Party and show
Of
up at the
Henry
convention
County. Of Henry
the
County.
Henry County in the Henry County Libertarian Party.
We need to have more
so that
people
you
than
win,
Marion.
so that you win the nomination when it's contested on the floor.
Okay.
Because I can whip the votes.
Okay.
And half your friends
But-
might vote against you after I convince them what
But-
you've done to me.
What? Oh, Lord. But why didn't the chair of the party at the time tell me that he wanted to be vice chair?
There was already a coup going on.
There was no chair of the party who wanted to be vice chair. I was the chair. I was chair.
Why didn't the vice chair
All-
say
all
he
this
wanted
finger
to
obviously
pointing.
have communication
retain
All of
the
this
party?
finger pointing
No
going
one knows who's who. Who's running the party?
I
these
know. I
days?
understand why Frank is so mad about you not filling out your paperwork and telling us who's got what officer position in the party,
But
because here we are
today-
sitting around and we don't remember who's got what job.
This
I
is
tagged
not-
Dakota-
I tagged
this is-
Dakota and left it at that.
This is the last cycle. If I would have known that you wanted to keep it, and I would gladly retain my.
Are you resigning?
secretary
Are you
status.
resigning now?
If you would like to,
He's super pacifist.
if you would like to be vice chair as you were before, then I would gladly resign and let you take the spot.
I don't know. I just don't know.
But I offered that.
I mean, you've stayed out of jail. You've stayed clean. I don't think you've been recruiting members.
You're doing more than Jer has, really.
Yeah.
You're actually well more cultured for LP material than Jer is. He has no rap sheet. He has no reason to complain. He's a white man in white estates. He's
very
high on the
exclusive.
hog.
It's very exclusive.
He is the boss hog of liberty.
That's right. You are listening to the Boss Hog of Liberty. I'm Jeremiah Morrell. On my left is Dakota Davis.
That's
The-
me.
Jesse Riddle, the technology director of the Libertarian Party of Indiana, is with us, and assistant to the regional manager at Cricket Wireless is Tanner Perdew, or the vice
he's
chairman of the
also the
Libertarian
vice
Party of
I
Henry
think, I think
County.
he's just assistant to the manager. I don't think it's a regional manager.
I think he was the only person left in the store for a while.
Yeah.
Can we talk about what
You got
happened?
some-
at
you
the
got some
store?
people back
Is that
over there now?
slander?
Is that allowed?
Yeah, we're finally fully staffed.
All right, now that it's all in the past, you can.
So you have two
This is a
people?
safe space, and you can tell your story.
You have 2 people working there now. That you're fully
There's
staffed?
actually about to be 5 of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you?
And you have how many customers? When we were talking before, Jesse was the last customer you'd had, and it had been about 5 days when I checked back in with you.
Correct. Today we had a bill pay today.
Did you be like, can I get you into a new phone? And they're like, I just bought it last week. You're like, yeah, but times are tough.
So where does the petty cash come from?
Okay, so
Oh boy.
Well, if there's no revenue coming in, where does the petty cash?
This is what it is. Do you want to know what the petty cash is actually for, or what I was told it was for?
Just leave no names.
Let's start with what it's actually for.
Okay.
Was that Tim Allen? It's home improvement tool time.
The petty cash is for
Oh?
the legitimate use for the petty cash is in case of an emergency where our drawers are short. We have a stash of money in the back that is used to balance our drawer in case of an emergency where it is short.
An emergency.
And the company you work for now, where this is occurring, is Company Alpha Bravo, right?
Sure, I would be
Blinky face, yes.
I would be glad to name the company. I don't care.
We've named it 6 times in the last 3
I
episodes.
was just saying, this
I
is where he
named it
works
on
now.
Wall. I named it on Wall. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
T-Mobile.
It's something like Brisket or something.
Brisket. I've been to Brisket to get
Don't
cell phone
risk
service.
it. Get cricket.
Don't risk it. Get Brisket.
Yeah, there we go. But, okay, so my last manager, when I got hired in, she said, hey, I know we don't get paid until the 24th. We have petty cash in the back. And if you need to borrow any money at all, just let me know and I'll give you the money and you can pay it on your first paycheck. And I said, hell yeah, give me $50. So I borrowed $50 from the petty cash. And I pay it back on my payday. And so eventually that manager gets fired. And turns out that she had been trying to get me fired the entire time that I worked there, even though that I have the best sales out of anybody that has worked there.
Because you signed
today.
Jesse up.
Well, and he was the only employee for a while.
Well, actually, my gross profit last month was over $3,000 for the company. So
versus who was the next runner up?
$850. $858.
Smashed it.
I swear to God.
That's like Jared
That's
working
I
at his
kicked
company.
ass. So anyway,
My company probably. My boss. Yeah, it's my boss right now. Yeah, about $800 is what he made us last month.
Right.
so this manager gets fired, and she texts me and she says, "Hey Tanner, would you go in the back and get my petty cash and my check from the back?" I said, "Absolutely."
Oh, I didn't know she was fired when you were telling the story.
Yeah, she
gone.
She had gotten fired, and we had a new manager, and she asked me to go to the back and get her petty cash and her check, and I said absolutely. And I said, I'm not going to get in trouble for this, right? And she said, no, of course not. The cameras don't even work. And I said, I'm thinking in my head, I'm thinking, she's full of shit because I was there when they installed the cameras. I saw them work. I've seen pictures of the store on the camera. So that raised a red flag right there. So I get to thinking about it. So I ask my territorial manager. He owns 7 or 8 stores.
They're like Indian territories.
Not pterodactyl.
He
Pete in the store.
He owns 7 or 8 stores throughout Indiana and Illinois. I call him and I say, hey, we'll call him Jerry. I said, hey, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
The petty cash was Sarah's, correct?
That's also a fake name.
And he said, no, that is for in case our drawers are short. Why do you ask? And I said, oh, well, she was just trying to get me to rob the store and take her check. And he said, oh, well, that's good to know. Thank you for doing the right thing, because had you taken that petty cash in her check, she would have said you didn't give her the check, and you probably would have went to prison. So I did the right thing. I got all kinds of praise from the company, and I'm in very good standing with Brisket Wireless.
Is the Brisket CEO coming to see you for your noble noble actions?
I got an email from the vice president of the company.
For your actions
For
from
my
Brisket.
action of
From Brisket.
I swear, I got an email from the vice president saying that
Mr. Brisket, huh?
It wasn't Vice President Pence. It was the Brisket Vice
the
President.
Brisket vice
Yes,
president.
okay.
I'm proud of you, Tanner.
Thank you. Thank
You really are an
Thank you,
American
brother.
hero. I don't know why Dakota's trying to talk you into resigning your vice chairman.
It hurts my feelings.
It hurts my
It,
feelings.
brutal.
it does. But you were trying to talk me into it too, I feel like.
Yeah, if you want to do the right thing, but whatever, it's fine.
so-
I'm just hurt.
Whatever
because you forced
happens,
me out.
whatever
I did not
happens, I'm
force
just going to
you
write
out.
it down.
I asked you
Yeah.
if you wanted to be the vice chair, and you said no.
I'm just saying, whatever happens, Tanner, I'll write it down.
It'll be in the books, and they'll be accurate. Secretary.
Because that's my job.
All
What's
right.
your job?
Because Stone Cold said so.
Well, I think we've gotten to no news stories, but we're coming up on the 1 hour mark. So
How much time we got?
we're about done. If you guys, we'll go around the room, and if you all have some,
I was just
some
saying, can we
individual things you
hash
want
out a story real quick?
Well, we can record a second one here too if we need to. We can do
Ew.
episode 7 if necessary. But we'll go around the room. Final thoughts from everybody as we're wrapping up episode 6. We'll start with our guest over here, Tanner Perdew. You got anything you want to pitch? How do they follow you? Catch up with you on Facebook or?
Oh yeah, you can
Snapchat?
I don't use Snapchat much. I was going to use it for Washington, D.C., but that didn't go over too well. But yeah, you can add me on Facebook. My name's Tanner Perdew, spelled Perdew, as in George W. Or you can follow me on Instagram, TJ Perdew, also Perdew. Otherwise, you can send me a direct message or whatever. I would be glad to talk to all of you.
Get in his DMs, ladies.
Yes,
He's looking.
slide them DMs.
Get in there.
I'm trying to smash.
All right.
Nice. Cans? I've got a ton of cans that need smashed.
I'll take them to Neil's for you.
No, I need them to go to Neil's. I just need them smashed.
Niels is the local recycler.
I
Well, you
actually-
two need to go to Michigan with them.
I have a can
and then go kick
smasher.
James Weeks' ass while you're in Michigan.
I'm gonna.
If
His
I would-
naked,
do.
sorry.
I would grab that fat bastard by the
People are still talking about this
by
guy.
the beard and beat him to a bloody pulp if I
Why
ever
are you
saw him.
guys still
in
talking about this?
We
guy?
had a libertarian convention and nobody got naked, so that's a success. No
Oh,
matter
wow.
what anybody else did.
Nobody got naked.
I
got
mean, nobody
naked.
got naked in public.
I was gonna say I got naked. I had to take a shower.
I mean, it happened at the pool party, but we won't talk about that.
That wasn't live streamed to the world.
Right,
That
exactly.
was a
It-
wall
that-
event.
that
Wall
was-
people can get naked.
that wasn't on
LPIN,
C-SPAN.
LP National, exactly. We don't do
Yeah,
that there.
that wasn't on
a little
C-SPAN.
bit of decorum.
Not on C-SPAN.
All right.
Because
So, yeah.
there's so many walkers.
James Weeks, your helicopter is warming up.
James Weeks, you can seek asylum in my house.
So, Jesse Riddle, you've got a second floor apartment you need to rent out. Is that what this is going to be about? Is that your closing pitch?
Do you
Yep.
really have to rent out an apartment?
I will have one.
I want it.
You want a place to live?
How much a
I'm
month?
becoming a landlord. Between $500 and $600.
Can you swing that? I mean, petty
I
cash will help.
could. Yeah, I could just rob
We
my.
just make sure that the
I could
brisket
just- I could
wireless
just- I
petty
could
cash can cover your rent every
yeah,
month.
I could just rob Brisket every month. I could.
You can just
It's going to be a very nice second floor apartment. You're above Jesse. You got parking included. It's in Knightstown. It's right next to the post office. If you play Pokemon,
Can you
it's
not tell
Pokestop.
people where I live on the
do $450 and I'll take it.
He's like, go ahead and put your address. I'm not giving him $450.
Well, not even for
I've
a
put in
friend.
at least $5,000 in this thing already.
I'll do
It's
it for
not even
$5.
halfway done.
I'll do it
It's
for
roughly
$5.
halfway
500.
done.
I'll do it for 5.
500.
But I have a good free
36,
market story
36
after
month
this.
lease.
Okay.
36 month lease.
Yeah.
That's a long ass lease. Don't do a 36. Word of advice: don't do
After
it.
you guys are done, I have a really good free market story that my dad did. But go ahead.
All right. We may or may not get to that one on this episode, but we'll see.
So, you want to talk about me?
Yeah. If we
Well,
got
'cause
something.
you're about to give it to Dakota.
Well, I thought we were just selling your apartment. What do you got, man?
No, I'm just saying. Final thoughts. You know, the convention was great. A huge appreciation to everyone who contributed to it. You guys did a good job. I'm sorry I ditched out because I don't like catered food, but I did.
Yeah. So people thought you were upset that you didn't win, and that's why you were there. I'm
No,
like,
I'm just a-
Jesse's never here for the after the business meeting. He takes off every single
People
year.
kept
The
asking
last
the
3
both of
years.
us if you were okay.
Yeah, I
Have
was.
you seen Jesse's?
I was crying in shame enjoying the Kentucky Derby at Carson's Brewery in Evansville, and then I took a drive over to the Gerst House, and had an amazing, I swear to God, amazing bologna sandwich. It was so good. But no, I'm just a fat kid, so if I go to a town, out of town, I like to enjoy the amenities the town provides, not necessarily what the party provides. So I was not upset at all. I was like, you know what? I actually asked many people. I was like, hey, I'm going to a brewery. Who wants to come? And everyone, no.
And we're all like, we spent $100 and some on this convention. We're eating the brisket.
And I was like, well,
that they serve.
Sounds like you got
was
suckered.
really good.
Sounds like you got suckered into it. Yeah, Brisket Wireless provides some briskets.
I'm telling you, it was good. Lindsay did an amazing job with the convention.
No,
She did a really good
She did a
job.
great job. So anyway, I'm just going to say, if you want to get out to me, I haven't been active on Snapchat for a while. I don't know why. My phone's
Ever since you switched over to Brisket Wireless, you've had some technical difficulties.
yeah, Brisket Wireless has really done me in right now. So I don't know if it's them though. It could be the OnePlus. But anyway, on Snapchat, Forgotten Viking. I know I don't understand it either. On Twitter, I don't know my URL. I think it's just Jesse Riddle. And
You're Indie Fat Kid on the Instagram, aren't you?
on Instagram, I'm Indie Fat Kid. INDY.
You've
Fat
had that
Kid.
since you actually were a kid. Now that you're 30, you probably ought to be like Indie Fat Man.
Nope. Still Fat Kid. Which again alludes back to my departure and heading over to Gerst House.
It was for your blog. That's fair.
Yeah, and then on Facebook, just add Jesse the Libertarian. Facebook.com/Jesse the Libertarian. And that's how you find me.
All right. Well, very good. And then if people want to help out with the party in your new role, how do they hit you up there?
If they want to help out with a party, like you probably should go to lpin.org and then go to the donate or become a 1994 society. But I will state that you should probably not do that because we are about to switch over to the new platform in the next couple weeks. So actually just hold off on that. Maybe by the next podcast we can announce a...
Well, it took us about 2 weeks to get the last one released. So this one, by the time episode 6 actually drops, it may be fully functional.
So yeah, anyway, see if you can donate to the website. And yeah, if not, somebody will talk about it at least on the next podcast.
DM Jesse and we'll make it happen. All right, Dakota. So how do we reach you? What do you got? Any final thoughts?
Not really any final thoughts today. I had a good Cosmo article that I was going to read. But
Let's go. Let's hear it.
it's already down.
This is the 6th episode, and you've done no Cosmo articles that have made it out. You were going to be our Cosmo correspondent. We did our first episode that had a terrible hiss and forced us to actually buy real equipment. And since then, you haven't had a single one.
Okay, basically this article was called Why It Turns a Man On to Give You an Orgasm and Why That's Wrong. It was a feminist writing the Cosmopolitan.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was supporting the patriarchy if a man got turned on.
Are
while
you
having
kidding
sex.
me?
Oh, absolutely. It's like, I'm not kidding you. She was being dead serious.
Oh
And-
my god.
See, the thing of the approach that I take whenever I read stories like this.
Oh, I thought he was going to go a different direction with this.
No,
The approach I take while
it's
exploiting the
hilarious.
patriarchy is not this, actually.
When I'm warming up
It's
my
like, it's
dishwasher.
hilarious. It makes
Were you
me
going to
laugh.
read it, or are we just going to talk about how funny
No,
it
we
was?
just talked about it. It was a closing thought, whatever. You can just hit me up. I'm pretty sure I shared it on Facebook.
You should probably share it again after this.
I probably should.
We play this game over at We're Libertarians sometimes, where we'll go back through Spangle stuff and like and comment on old pictures and put them back in the feed and wake the listeners up and have everybody hit them up. So
maybe,
I said,
maybe you should have a list of a Cosmo list that you can point people to. I don't know. Maybe it's a file.
his daily drop,
or,
the daily Cosmo link
Well,
from Dakota.
I'm saying not a post, like a place where people go to get it. So that way it's not lost in the stupid Facebook world of comments that their algorithm sucks. Where people know where to go.
Maybe what we're gonna do.
I'm the technology director. I'm just trying to give some technology advice here.
Wherever you just did that was the best you sounded the entire time, talking into the mic from that position.
Right here.
That was the answer.
That's how I've been talking the whole time.
Of course you have.
But I have a great story if you guys have time for it. It's real short.
We're getting there. I want to
After
cover
your final thoughts.
Yeah, after my final thought, because the guest should definitely go after the host.
You just hate me, don't you?
I'm just picking on you, man. You've dethroned me.
I will resign.
Tanner didn't even crack a smile that time.
No, he's just like.
I think you're starting to make him mad.
I've upset him. There's no doubt I've upset him. It's cool, man. We'll get to your story.
No, I'm not upset.
We'll get to your story. Quit twitching over there. It's okay.
Get to the
Twitching.
story. Get to your
His
final
hands
thoughts.
are in fists.
So
He's actually
I'm not
angry.
twitching.
yeah. Breaking bottles, chairs flying. So we normally pick on Spangle, and we'll go through and we'll do we'll go like his stuff and old pictures. And I was like, I'm going to do that to Dakota. So I started going through his profile pictures yesterday,
Oh, I saw that.
and
Hilarious.
it started to feel wrong because I'm literally picking on a 6th grader.
Well, he was portraying a lot of what is the pheromones for a teenager in a lot of this. I feel like.
I would have to disagree.
So I did make some memes that were private for the wall people because I don't put my mean memes out there for the world. I just make fun of our friends in private.
Where it hurts the most.
Where it hurts the most, so that I can really say things to him. But yeah, it looked like Greg Lenz and Justin Bieber had a kid. You didn't have that fade. You had the
No, I had really long hair.
Yeah.
For part of it.
no beard.
At one point, he had a faux hawk.
There's one
Yeah, I
where
did. The fade was weak though. It was still growing.
Your fade is weak. If you guys don't know that.
there were a bunch of prom pictures. There was Dakota in a limo at one point.
What was the?
Yeah, that was
Was it a Hummer stretch?
It wasn't a Hummer.
Did
no.
you sell enough magazines to go to the park in a limo or something?
Oh no, I did that too, but this one was actually for our the spring dance. Back
Oh.
when I was in junior high.
Oh, ballin'.
Yeah.
There was a picture of you. You were a football player at some point, or you had eye black on. I don't know.
Oh,
what
that
you were
was the
doing.
worst photo he had.
I liked the prom one.
The one where he's wearing like a.
Where did you see all these, Jesse? You're not
Last
in the
night.
group chat.
No, last night he sent. He sent.
I
them to
sent
me.
them. I had the show
okay.
prep.
He
All right.
sent them to me, and he has a bandana on with like
Yeah, with the eye
the
black.
he looked like a Backstreet Boy or NSYNC, like one of the members of NSYNC. I was like, who is this
It was
guy?
after a game. It gets intense.
Were you playing?
What game were you playing?
Yeah. It's football.
Grab ass.
Grab ass.
I was a tight end for the Tri-High Titans.
You did play high school football for try?
You're the tight end
Yeah,
for
up
the.
until my junior year.
All right, I did not know
I
that.
thought you were saying you were the tight end for the grab ass.
There
team
was
at Tri.
my favorite one. I don't know what you're doing in this picture. You're doing some sort of a lunge.
That was in the park in Washington D.C. and there were some people
doing yoga.
across the park doing yoga. It was like a group, and I was making fun of them.
Well, it was great because we made fun of you. And then there's the two women from God, which we changed to two women from Greg, which I think you actually
hilarious.
shared on your own.
Yeah, I shared it on my own page, and there's like family members and stuff that are liking it and like putting laughy faces. I'm 90%
Sure,
certain
they're
that
listening.
well, these people have no idea that it says Greg. They're just wondering who Greg is.
They probably don't even recognize you anymore on there. I mean, it's
I'm probably not. It's just some random guy. With
and then
name
there's the
Greg.
one. There's the one that you have the beanie on and you're drinking.
Sparkling
You're
grape
drinking
juice.
grape juice, and it's the
grape
James Neese look. You look like you're
He
James
looks
Neese.
just like James Neese.
We all
there.
kind of looked the
Oh,
same in
man.
high school.
I was clean cut, man.
I've looked
because you would wake up out of your
identical
bed and
since I
go
was-
downstairs to attain schooling.
And then there's the time you had an ethnic girlfriend of some sort.
No. My grandpa not a girlfriend. I wish.
I actually didn't understand all the pictures with the different random women. Like I was like, what are these?
How many
Like, are these the
girls-
girlfriends he's had in the past?
I've had a couple girlfriends in the past.
I was just like, why are they all here?
Yeah, we're going to start needing to book some more podcast guests. So if you could contact these ladies and bring them back through, it would be you, me,
Okay, I have a funny story
Audrey.
about an ex-girlfriend.
and the exes.
I had one that I broke up with her, and I was quite mean about it. I was actually very mean about it. Looking back on it, it was a horrible thing to do to another human being.
Oh God!
And
What'd you do, beat her?
no, I didn't beat her or anything. I just called her up
gosh.
one day after like 6 months and was like, "Hey,
We're done.
this other girl
Hey,
texted me and said she wanted to go out.
I met
so-
Audrey, so it's over.
And so I was like, yeah, I'm done with you now. I like legitimately said that, and she's like, well, why? You know, and she's crying. And I was like,
No
well,
reason.
she's prettier than you.
Oh, nice.
Horrible.
The
like
free-
I feel bad about it now.
Hey,
have you reached out to her and just been like, I was just an asshole?
What you should do is just send her a link to this episode.
Well,
Hey,
what
Now.
ends up happening is
It
years
is his wife.
years go
to
by.
me.
I don't think about it, and
Well, that's even worse.
it's like blocked out of my memory because it's such a horrible time.
hey, the free
And-
market provides, man.
My friend Chase comes over. He's helping me repair my privacy.
This is
fence.
your friend that I met.
Yeah. It's the same day. It's the same.
That's
day as
that
when you
day?
came. Yeah. He starts telling me. He's like, "Hey man, he'd been telling me for weeks about this girl he met on Tinder."
Oh no!
And
we know where this is going.
oh yeah, that's exactly what you think. And he's like, "Okay, I'll make up the name for privacy reasons. We'll say Sarah because it's
It's a
This is
common.
my girlfriend's name.
it's Jared's girlfriend."
We should actually make
But
the
he-
common girl named Sarah, and the other one is we'll have to come up with.
But it wasn't
Jared.
her. It wasn't the girl that I broke up with. It was her sister that he was dating.
Probably the better looking
That was
sister.
not where I thought it was going.
Okay. But somehow it's
Eventually
even
it
worse
does.
that it's a sister because he's like, "Well, I told her that she could come over tonight. Is that all right?" And I was like, "Did you tell her my name?" He said, "No." And I said, "Tell her my name and she will not want to come over." So he's like, "No, I'm not going to do that because I want her to come over, man." I was like,
You should go. Well, you should probably leave then, Dakota. Like that would be
Like-
what I would say. Like, look, you need
I'm
to
like-
leave.
"Whatever." So she comes over to my house.
To your house.
Yeah, Chase
house.
is visiting from
Yeah.
out of state.
Yeah.
So he's staying with
to
Dakota.
my home. I'm sitting outside, and by this time it's dark.
Sitting outside just watching
I
traffic.
have a fire going in the back.
You're wearing a cloak.
And, we're all sitting around the fire, and she walks down. And she doesn't realize it.
Well, no, because you have a beard and you don't have your haircut that you've changed.
Yeah.
And then she goes...
You're not from Greg to
then she
God
goes,
or whatever.
Wait a minute. Did you used to date Sarah? And
No.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I knew that girl.
Yeah, I did. My name's Dakota. Like, I know you. And she just dropped dead silent. And she said, do you realize how awful you of a person you are? I was like, I apologize. I'm like, tell your sister I'm sorry. And then she just delves into the conversation. We have like a 30-minute conversation. It's not even a conversation. It's just her.
It's a lecture, I'm
her
sure.
telling everyone about how horrible of a person.
I mean, that's warranted at that point, I feel.
Yeah, but it's a crime you
All right,
committed
all
as a junior high kid, probably.
Yeah, but you do something
Early
when
high
you're,
school?
You do
Early
something
high
when you're
school.
30.
Early high school.
When you're 80, no one forgets. It
Right.
doesn't really matter. History kind of just sticks with you.
All right. Well, that's tragic. But I look forward to learning more about Dakota's terrible, terrible high school experience in the future. My final thoughts here, wrapping up. It's May in Indianapolis, or in Indiana. No place I'd rather be. Indy 500's coming up. Make sure y'all go. If you really want to have some fun, look us up in Turn 3 in the infield.
I'll
Hit
go.
me up on the DM. I'm sure you will. It's Memorial Day weekend on the Sunday.
I'll go.
All right. Well, get to the track. Come into Turn 3. Come
Well,
find us
hey,
at the tailgate.
Can we make sure you
Don't I have to buy
tell
tickets
Tanner
next
what
year's?
day it is right now?
No, so you get a general admission ticket at the gate, $40. You just walk in with $40, pay cash,
Oh,
go in,
cool.
and you go hang out in the infield. Some people have seats, some people don't. You just hang out and talk to people
And drink Pepsi?
and drink Pepsi.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
just
that
people
sounds like
watch.
fun.
It's a great time.
Awesome.
Some women actually like to relieve themselves of their breast restraints. So
You never know what you're going to see.
you
in
never
the
know.
infield at
There
8500.
might be women who are just trying to air out for a while. So
If you've never been to the Indy 500, I swear,
not.
you need to go experience the infield. That's the greatest party you've ever seen in your life. The bathrooms, I'm telling you, it's the greatest party you'll ever see in your life.
he's like, "Come to my house Friday night. I'll show you a great party."
Yeah, you can come to my poker game.
Not on Friday, but I've been to some cool parties.
The bathrooms the women are in the men's bathroom because the women's bathroom is full. So about lap 40 on, it is total.
Why is that fun?
I'm just telling you that
I was about to say,
nobody cares anymore.
He's like, "Guys, best party ever. Women
are in the men's room."
bathroom." You're like,
I'm just telling you that
I'm pretty sure I don't want to be there.
You can take
Every
advantage
Best
of
party
whoever you
ever
want.
is people are just
You can grab
peeing
them by
and
the
pooping all
pussy.
over the place.
Well, that happens too.
It's the best thing.
Actually,
ever.
it may be
Kiss 'em.
it may
You
be
can grab
like
by the pussy.
You've not lived until you've seen a
You-
woman try
you-
to pee into a bottle.
yeah.
You can do whatever you want. You're a star.
all I'm saying is that it may be like going to a third world country. But
that
it's
sounds
great.
like a blast.
We're pretty much filming or recording this in a third world country, so
Peak capitalism.
third world county,
a third world county. Well, perhaps.
maybe third world city,
Perhaps.
close.
Yeah.
No, this is a class
Two.
B city. Actually, we're not in the city. If I can see the city from my front porch, like Sarah Palin
You
can
don't
see
have
Russia.
a porch, actually.
My front patio, but we're in the county over
There's
here.
a lot of he's like, "Don't let the truth get in the front of the
That's right. Hey,
story."
never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
He's like, "My front porch
Learn that from-
overlooks the fields of liberty," and you're like, "Nope, that's
Nope.
the road.
No,
That was the chickens in the
that's
backyard.
Jeffrey Street.
That's Jeffrey Street, and you don't own a patio, sir."
All right. Special shout out to Darren Jacobs, who's going to be a future a guest on here. My chickens that I'm growing in the backyard are doing very well. If you've been following me on Facebook, you can see that my chickens are coming along very nicely. I'm looking forward to him trying to steal them from me with his cold dead hands.
You should
Yeah.
you should probably find out if it's illegal to grow lime trees in Henry County.
You probably. He told me today that you need a permit for everything. So if you don't have a permit for your lime trees,
Darren Jacobs is going to take at least half.
I will have a boxing match with Darren Jacobs.
you got to pay your lime taxes in this county.
lime tax. But
I hope you have your permit for your lime tree that's an orange tree and pay your
you better
lime
talk it
taxes.
and be like, you need to be a lemon this year, dude.
Yeah.
There's no lemon taxes in Henry County.
hey, I talked to Travis today.
Travis Wyke, the
Yeah.
reporter from the Courier Times,
Yes.
former Henry County chairman.
He said that he is a diehard listener of this.
See, I'm telling you,
podcast.
this is actually more of a hit than any of us expected. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, I look forward to being a guest again sometime if you guys would like me on here.
I would like you on here.
I've had a great time.
I feel like you've almost apologized enough for what you did on the We Are Libertarians episode.
Almost.
Hey,
I had people telling me, I look forward to supporting you in your war against the Mennonites, Jeremiah. I mean, at the convention, it was alarming.
I don't know if I heard that part.
It was.
How much time
It
we got
was
left?
terrible. We are way over time.
Okay.
We're done with this one for now. Thank you all for listening.
It was all in good fun, though. It really was.
Well,
And I will resign tomorrow.
effective at noon tomorrow. I will resign the presidency of the United States. All
Trial
right.
by combat.
Thank you all for listening. This has been the Boss Hog of Liberty on the We Are Libertarians Network.
Thank you for listening to the We Are Libertarians Network. Get our other shows at wearelibertarians.com.